it's Veronica, your skincare guru, or whatever you want to call me. It doesn't really matter, but today we're mainly going to focus on what new skin cell turnover is exactly and the importance of exfoliation. This video today pertains to all skin types because we all should be exfoliating. As far as I'm concerned, it does play a key factor into aging. One misconception that I hear a lot as an esthetician, I've even heard this from other estheticians, is that not every skin type should be exfoliating. It's not a question of if you should or shouldn't exfoliate, it's a question of how much you should exfoliate and how often. So it is true that, for example, if you have more sensitive skin, you probably shouldn't exfoliate as often or use as strong as exfoliants. But just to let you know, anytime you cleanse your skin, you are doing a mild form of exfoliation. The reason why you are probably told not to exfoliate your skin the most is because you want to maintain your protective barrier so that bacteria can't get in and cause more sensitivity to the skin. But at the same time, exfoliation tends to strengthen the protective barrier of the skin, and that's why I strongly encourage you to exfoliate anyways. You are just going to want to start off with lighter exfoliants and build into stronger exfoliants over time, which every skin type can take that into consideration as well. If you have dry skin type, I've heard this many times, even though dry skin types, typically women who have aging or more mature skin typically have drier or dehydrated skin, and you're told not to exfoliate because it dries out your skin a little bit. Okay, yes, it does dry out your skin a little bit, but that's why you want to use an exfoliant or a moisturizer afterwards. You want to moisturize every time you exfoliate or every time you cleanse. You just want to moisturize every day, basically. But the reason why it's going to be so beneficial for you is that you are producing new skin cells, new healthy skin cells that hold and maintain moisture much better than damaged and dead skin cells. Plus, it helps with product penetration and absorption, so you will get more bang out of your moisturizer and all of your skincare products in that fact. So yes, you are really going to benefit from exfoliation. It's just not overdoing your exfoliation and making sure to moisturize afterwards. And if you have acne-prone skin, the reason why you are probably told not to exfoliate is because you are more prone to sensitive skin. You are actually more prone to inflammation and irritation in the skin. But like I said earlier, it does help to strengthen your protective barrier so that bacteria won't come in and create more acne issues. Plus, dead skin cells actually do get into the pores and they actually pile up and they can basically create a film on top of your pores, trapping in those dirt, oils, debris, other dead skin cells, causing more acne. So this is going to be like a deep cleanse for you, plus it will prevent further acne as well. And if you have uneven skin tone, this is really going to help with tone and texture and evening out as well. So it is great for every skincare issue, every issue. So, how does new skin cell turnover work exactly? Well, new skin cell turnover is a process that it's typically supposed to take up to about 28 days, but once we hit that golden age of 20, that's when our new skin cell turnover begins to slow down actually. And by the time we're in our late middle age, it can take anywhere from an extra 7 to 10 days, or even an extra 7 to 15 days, because it can be anywhere from 28 to 40 days before this complete turnover takes place. And so, new skin cells are formed. We're going to have to really focus on the epidermis today. Estheticians, we typically focus on the epidermis and the dermis layer of the skin. The epidermis sits just above the dermis layer of the skin, and this is the outermost top layer of the skin, as I'm sure that you've heard before. But our new skin cells start at the base, or the basal layer, also known as the mitotic. I hope I'm pronouncing that word right. I might not be pronouncing it right, but it's just another word for the base layer of the skin, which is the innermost layer of the epidermis. And it's actually held together by a line of keratinocytes. Keratinocytes are just a special cell. Actually, keratinocytes make up about 85 to 95% of the cells in your epidermis. And what keratinocytes do is that they produce keratin, a protein. And in particular, these proteins are a fibrous protein. A fibrous protein is meant to support the structure of the cells and tissues. They keep other cells in their place. Actually, collagen, that protein, the main protein in our skin that makes our skin nice and plump and fat looking and youthful looking, is also a fibrous protein as well. But anyways, these start at the basal layer of the epidermis. And what keratinocytes can actually do is that they divide and differentiate. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that word wrong. You're going to hear me butcher words all the time in probably all my videos. But anyways, that just catch on to the point is basically what you should do. Yay. Anyways, they divide, and one of them, they divide into two identical daughter cells. And this cell, I call her the queen bee. This is an easy way to think of it and to remember it as in the beehives. So this queen bee is going to stay behind so that she can reproduce. Her main job is to make new skin cells, basically. Make new babies. Yay, a baby maker. Anyways, that's her job mainly, is to keep this process to being an ongoing process, where this keratinocyte is going to go through the circuit, the circle of life. It's going to travel up towards the epidermis layer. It's going to work as the worker bee, who basically is going to sacrifice its life for the better of all good. But as this keratinocyte travels up towards the epidermis, basically keep in mind that your epidermis layer is actually made up of a whole bunch of other layers, and we'll talk more about that later. But it will travel up to the differential layer of the skin. I know I'm pronouncing that word wrong, but the point of it is that this layer is made up of 10 to 15 layers of cells. And at this point is when it begins to grow, but it also begins to flatten as well. And then it's basically going to enter the initial stratum layer, which is formed by 6 layers of cells, actually. And this is also called the maleficinin layer. I can't pronounce that word to save my life. The maleficinin layer, I think, is how it's pronounced. I'm not 100% sure. But basically in this layer of the skin, it's the main activity in which the cell focuses on generating those that keratin. And as they move towards more of the top, they just become more flatter, and their nucleus begins to degenerate as they go through their journey. And as they go through their journey, they release lipids, water, cholesterol, fatty acids, and ceramides around them and into intercellular spaces. And this is going to help to maintain water until these cells basically shed off. And this is also going to help to increase the bond between the cells. And this is what makes, this is what allows your, the protective barrier of your epidermis to perform more effectively and at its max level. And once they hit the surface or the top of the epidermis layer, they basically become cornocytes. And what cornocytes are is that they're basically flattened cells that are filled with protein, but they have neither a nuclei nor cytoplasmic organelle. So biologically speaking, we're talking about a dead skin cell at this point. So they're dried and flattened. And because of the, because it starts to slow down as we age, what these dead skin cells start to do is that they start to crinkle up And because they are on the outside now, they are actually exposed to even more damage, and they really start to lose their ability to hold moisture. But keep in mind that these dead skin cells are also protecting your underlying healthy skin cells that are in the epidermis as well. But the problem with these dead skin cells that begin to crinkle is that this is what makes fine lines and wrinkles stand out even more. And because light reflects so differently on them, it is going to make your skin appear much more dull, and it also gives it a very, very rough texture to it as well. And there's a glue-like substance keeping these dead skin cells attached. And like I said, they are going to pile up on your skin, as I said earlier, and they will get into your pores and cause problems with acne and such. So the importance of exfoliating is that basically once they hit the surface, right, they become part of the stratum cranium. And the stratum cranium is completely made of, it's basically, what is it, 15 to 20 layers of nothing but dead skin cells, really. Don't get me wrong, there's a little bit more to the stratum cranium, but what we want to do is that we just want to remove the surface of the stratum cranium when we exfoliate, because we do want to keep some dead skin cells on top of our skin for that protective purpose. But at the same time, once you exfoliate your skin, you're going to notice an instant difference in your skin's you're going to notice an instant difference in the color and texture and tone, the way that it can hold moisture again. Plus, because we're taking off that layer, like I said, anytime we take off a layer, we're putting back in. And now these new skin cells are going to be able to hold and obtain the moisture better. Like I said earlier in the video, you're getting better product penetration and absorption as well out of your product because of exfoliation. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. And the reason why this is so important as well is that your body's natural response, your epidermis response to when you remove dead skin cells is, whoa, I need to produce more. So you're producing more new healthy skin cells into the skin as well. And you're just removing the ones that aren't really doing your skin any good anymore. If that makes sense to you guys. Yeah, I think that's mainly all I had to really go over. That exfoliation is going to increase that because of what it's telling your body to do, to produce. So now we're not slowing down the process anymore, if that kind of makes sense. I hope this video made sense to you guys. I hope you guys got a lot of information out of this video today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I'll probably do my next video. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the water cellular principle, or if I'm going to do different types of exfoliation that will focus more on which skin type should be doing what type of exfoliation. But if you had any questions, just let me know. Alright, thanks you guys. Bye.